match is about to be. Here we are, so we're quite familiar with Ball and Dale now.
So it's worth bearing in mind quickly that Sabutai and Flash weren't in the top seeded team, so they weren't expected to get in, but they won their elimination games to get here. So they are considered lower rank, but they're quite capable of causing an upset. So I've been really looking forward to this series more than most. Shox and ErpieDerp, both very heavyweight players, both very good, but not perfect. So we could see some really interesting strategies and dynamics grow here.
So Sabutai's gone Armada, opening with bots. Shox also Armada, hasn't yet committed to a particular factory, but this map's probably going to be bots.
Both the West team are bots, and it looks like both East teams are bots as well at the moment.
Flash, Armada, and bots, and just being different, ErpieDerp has gone Cortex and bots.
So based on what you've seen so far, who are you thinking is going to win at the moment, based purely on the almost identical openings?
God, that is that's a tough question because I haven't really seen necessarily all these players play together. But you know, ErpieDerp and Shox are both absolutely fantastic, and when I've seen them play, they have been absolutely sublime. So I think this is going to be an exceptionally tough matchup for Flash and Sabutai. Wish them all the luck in this, and see if they can pull out some really neat strategies or something to put ErpieDerp or Shox on the back foot, because ErpieDerp and Shox are pretty flexible. They know how to adapt to any given situation. What the best matchups are for units, so you're gonna have to work hard to put them on the back foot. But you know,
well, Shox just lost a metal extractor there to a raid from Sabutai.
Yes, I was gonna draw attention to it, but I didn't want to interrupt
TarnishedKnight.
Sorry. No, that's completely fine. It's I was gonna say Shox is ironically the only person who hasn't built a laser turret in their base. I would assume because the fact that the bulk of wind turbines prevent the laser turret from shooting most things, as we saw with Goopy the other game. He did pay the price and lost a mech for it, but again, his commander was already there, and it was just a single mech, so it didn't really cost him much. Ever so slight advantage to the East team in metal produced at the moment, but it's such a small amount that it's probably negligible.
Flash was looking for an opportunity around the rear of ErpieDerp's base, but didn't find it.
One thing to note here is that ErpieDerp's the only one that is gone core. Everyone else is arm.
Flash and ErpieDerp are very close to each other. Yeah.
Erpie's already gone FUDs as well. See how Flash reacts to that. He's trying to degun that LLT. There we go.
Just seems to be a very casual. I'm gonna study the architecture and go. No, Cortex really don't know how to build these things. I'm just going to degun it.
Yes, definitely. Flash's commander potentially way out of position there.
Those FUDs take short work of those LLTs.
Yeah. Well, the one LLT and the partially constructed LLT.
Yeah.
If Flash isn't careful, we could lose that mech's nearby.
I actually played some games with Flash last night, and he is a very good player. He completely beat me every single time. Luckily, I had some allies who they beat the rest of their team, so they saved me. But Flash very good at pushing forwards a front and then maintaining it.
That's exactly what we're seeing now.
He's also got a raiding force coming in to Derp space here.
Oh, this is multitasking.
Yeah,
However,
going past an LLT probably won't do anything.
Almost constructed in the base. There's a second one being constructed. I wouldn't expect them to achieve much here. I was going to say that ErpieDerp, he's put his thuds on the top of the hill. They get a slight range increase at the top of the hill, but also sight. They can see better from the top of the hill. So really advantageous to have the high ground here.
Got to interrupt here. The Shox has got a raid in Sabutai's base.
And doing huge damage.
That's massive. That's 2 mexes and a bunch of wind turbines and a solar plant. So
And
he's
he's
3 mexes now.
And he's got control
Majority
of the
of his
base at
base.
the moment. And oh, is it going to go? Is he going to take that lap down? No.
Oh, he's stuck on the corner. He's not going to get the
Oh.
factory.
Nearly.
That's a lot of damage, though.
That's huge damage. I don't know what happened with Shox's base, so I've just realised he's producing almost no energy. I think Sabutai raided him at the same time when we missed it, or Flash raided him, because he's now rebuilding all of his wind turbines. He's cut all factory production. Well, he had cut all factory production to build these back up. And worst of all, there are 4 more Peewees about to come back in.
Hitting him from the north. Yeah, we can see that there's the remains of a mix.
Yeah, this could be game for Shox.
Such a shame after that lovely raid as well.
Mm.
You also notice that Derpy doesn't have many units either. He's got those 5 FUDs, and that's pretty much it.
Wow, Flash is pushing back here against ErpieDerp, and ErpieDerp seems to be relying very much on point defense. Oh, he's got a few FUDs in the vicinity, but he's pulling those back.
It's worth bearing in mind that the Roccos and Storms, the core team, they outrange the light laser turret, which is why you see them used in this way so much. They're a brilliant early game siege unit. Whereas the plasma units, the thuds and the hammers, they don't outrange them. They just do a lot of damage.
Flash pushing ErpieDerp to the top of the hill. Wisely chooses to go back a bit there, having the hill advantage. Probably not the best to go charging up into that.
Sabutai still hasn't rebuilt the mechs in his base, though. Doesn't actually need to, I suppose. He's already got 3 mexes in the middle. He's just built a 4th.
It's almost like he's wanting to relocate his base to a more convenient central position.
Less travel time for units as well. Although he hasn't lost the factory, so he doesn't need to. Shox getting pushed right into his base.
So he's drawn the battle line. It's almost like the last line of defense.
Meanwhile, Flash is looking to maybe push here. He's got a raid that's gone round, and it's going to be right behind Derpy's base here.
Yep, absolutely making a mess of the base there.
Quick update from the chat. It sounds like when you lowered the music, you actually lowered the master volume slightly, not the music.
All right.
Did you use the controls down the bottom right of the screen?
I actually turned down the desktop. That's actually where the music from the game is being sent through to.
Ah, I see. I would try turning down the in-game music and turn the other one back up. Basically, stream's a little bit quiet at the moment. Thank you for Badosu for thank you to Badosu for pointing that out.
Okay, I do apologise for that. Settings. This audio volume. Let's really turn that down a bit on there, and I'll turn the desktop noise back up. Yeah, sorry about that. There's obviously a 3-minute delay on here, so let us know if that's any better.
Oh, Sabutai and Shox, both commanders getting very close to each other. As we saw the other game with Taku's commander, if Sabutai goes up in flames, Shox's base goes with him.
There is
a
this
factory.
Yeah.
That was a well-placed D-gun.
Only 190 health left on that comm. There's not many units left there to support it.
It's quite wisely pulling back there.
Yeah. Roccos aren't a great anti-comm unit simply because you can dodge the projectiles, especially at extreme range, as we saw Taku doing earlier. Sabutai hasn't rebuilt 2 of his mexes. He's building a load of power. He's got a load of constructors guarding his factory. He's now building the mexes. This has actually set him back quite a long way. I think he just didn't realise he hadn't rebuilt those 2 mexes back in his base.
I think we're about to see a surprise flank here from Flash to Derpy's base. He's pushed his units out, but there's a good 8 Peewees at the top of his base here.
Just waiting for their chance.
He's trying to build an LLT in his base, but
It's worth saying, ErpieDerp can see those Pee-wees on the radar. He doesn't know what they are, and he will now see them visually as well.
And here they go.
Oh, that's not good. For ErpieDerp. For Flash, this is fantastic. Yeah, he's...
The X's are all down.
Yeah, a load of wind turbines as well. He can't push any further because he's only got a handful of injured Pee-wees, and the LLTs can now see them. But yeah, this is not good.
Derpy's in trying to get a bunch of reclaim here. If he can hold this front line, that's a substantial amount of eco on the field there. Meanwhile, Shox is pushing back, but yet again, we've got another Pee-wee push coming around the back. Got a couple of LLTs up now, though. He's already seen it coming. Also, we're seeing a transition to vehicles from Shox.
It's a good time to do it, isn't it? You lose your factory, so...
Yeah, indeed. Meanwhile, no one's been in Flash's base whatsoever. The only base to be still standing.
Yeah, which is interesting because he has almost no defense. He's got one LLT that can cover the back left of the base, and that's it. Showing the power of multitasking and attacking on multiple fronts at once, which a large open map like this allows. The Altair Divide, I think it was, that has only a handful of choke points, so you're much more limited in how you can harass and raid people.
Requiem, can I just pass control of the cam to you for a moment? So,
I don't know that you can.
Okay. Well, if I double click on his name, it will follow. Oh, yeah, it should be. You're not looking at the whole map. Oh, you're zooming in. Are you down to?
Shox and Sabutai, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be following.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just about to say there's a substantial eco difference right now.
ErpieDerp's comm just blew up.
Oh, yeah. And he has no units left for that to defend that, to reclaim it. Reclaim's already going up there.
Yeah.
You can see that 2,000 metal just going straight into their bank. So maybe the end.
In a larger game, you'd often see that going straight into Tier 2, but with these players, as I mentioned, about closing out the game, securing the victory more than the win, in terms of the victory of the game as opposed to enjoying the win, they want to close it out as fast as possible. They don't want to go T2. They want to go, right, we've got 2,000 metal, let's put it into units, let's just close it out now.
Yeah, I'm going to be coming back in 3, 2, 1.
So what we've just saw is Sabutai's just basically claimed and cleared the whole of that middle section north of Shox's base. And he's actually pushing some units up behind Derp's base now with an attack from the north as well.
I think this is...
So that is pretty much Derp out of the game. So it's now basically becoming a 2v1.
Oh wow, that base going down.
It's a 2v1 where the one has lost their eco several times over. He currently is the proud owner of 4 wind turbines.
And 4 metal extractors.
Sorry, I say 4 wind turbines. It was 3 and almost 1 completed. He now has 4 with a 5th on the way.
One interesting thing though, yeah, he's got some Janices here, which the splash damage. Oh, he's GGing.
It's like, what can you do?
Fair enough.
The enemy are descending on you from all directions.
Yes, I can't blame him for saying, yeah, that's enough, I give up at that stage. That's completely reasonable.
So before that comm died to the north and he reclaimed it, there was